We are back. I've got rid of the liner. Rain gear is put away. So we're on the last battery on the 360. So we have just what that has for us, and my rubber foot came off of them. Kickstand pad here, damn it. Kind of defeats the purpose of putting a pickup rope on it when it doesn't come up together in one piece. Okay, so I'm gonna have to revisit that, do some rivets or something. The problem is the plastic piece. It's not adhesive friendly. It is 3:45 probably. Yep, 15:44. There we are. It's a half an hour till the lighthouse. It's 15 miles. That's further away than I was thinking. It was only a few miles from town here, but. So, probably what we'll do is we'll just film till we get there and film there. And then I will save what's left of the battery for wrapping up the day at the hotel. Okay. Whew. That smells horrible right there. It doesn't know where we are, so hopefully it'll figure it out soon. Okay. Tillamook police officer didn't make everyone in traffic before turning left. Oh. My GPS literally just brought me through the parking lot at Safeway. It's like raining something, but not rain. I don't know what the hell that is. Okay. Okay, so here we are. The lighthouse is right here behind me. No, I just turned the camera and there's absolutely no reason to do that since it's a 360. Oh crap, big hole right here. This is the coast. Some little waves down there. So, this is the Oregon coast, Cape Meares. And this is the lighthouse. Short, it's closed for the season unfortunately, but as you can see, the location is the reason that you can see the lighthouse from the water here. It's not like the one in Westport where it was really tall to be visible out at sea. This one is actually quite a ways up from the water and right on the coast. You can see how far out there. You can see I'm going to shorten this up for a little easier time here.
Wait, how would you deal?
And so you can see it's not really all that tall. I'd say 3 stories. And I'm not really sure the history of this lighthouse. And hopefully you're not getting all drowned out by the wind. This is my first time out with this nice furry thing on my microphone. Again, I turned the camera and there's no need to, but you can see the fuzz. Hopefully I didn't just make a bunch of noise on it, but let's see if I can pull this screen up and see. Look at that awesome rock there. A couple of them out there. The way the water works around it, it swirls and whirls, and it's just awesome. I didn't realize that we were a quarter mile downhill from the parking lot to get here. Oh well. It's worth the view, I think. Here's a list of all the parks and lighthouses and stuff along the coast. We're right in here. This is the Cape Meares Scenic Viewpoint, but we're at the lighthouse, which is basically the same place. So there's a few of them along there. Nowhere along Long Beach or anywhere that you can get a view like this. Later this year when I go up the coast, you'll see more of the Washington coast. Looks a lot like this in some places. Nice rocks out there. This is the coast I remember seeing through the window in the car on the way up and down the Oregon coast. Just gorgeous. up around this way. Enjoy this view over here. I'm not going to keep the camera going the whole time because it's a long rock. I don't know if you can hear that. Hey buddy, it's alright, I'm not gonna get you with the stick. Pups a little nervous with my cane. Some dogs are, some dogs don't care. Oh, wow, this is a lot steeper than I thought. But I'll keep the camera on for a minute here. I'm going to extend it, get up a little higher, get a better view out there. The sound of those waves is awesome. So if you look up that way, this is a lot more of a walk than I was expecting. And as soon as I get to the end of this straight stretch here, I'm going to go ahead and put the camera away because I'll be going into the trees. You won't be able to see much anyway. There's a nice stretch of beach. Again, that's what a lot of our beaches look like. Mostly rocks, gravel, a little bit of sand, but it's not Hollywood beaches. I don't know if it shows up well on the camera, but if you look on that rock right there, right on the top in the middle, there's a house. If I had the time and the batteries, I could just set this thing up on the tripod here and just let it record this ocean for like an hour. Put that on whenever I'm trying to sleep. Just watch the waves, listen to them. Alrighty, we're getting up into the trees here in a minute, so I'm going to stop up here and put you guys away. Getting low on battery. This is my last battery, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it off, and then I'll have my helmet cam going anyway, but I'm going to go ahead and turn this one off and save what's left for wrapping up when I get to the hotel. Okay, well, back to the bike. The camera's put away. I don't know if you can hear that wind, but it is pretty windy. So I wish it had a tack, because it seems like she's idling awfully high. But I don't know. And in case anybody was wondering, the reason the ABS light's on when I started is because it stays on until you get to 7 miles an hour. Come on, stay green. Stay green enough, close enough. Oh. Okay, well, that was as fun as an adventure as I was expecting. I almost forgot to turn you guys back on. As you can see, I'm actually on the road. But Mom and Dad know I'm alive now, so we're good there. Get back to the hotel and get all my stuff inside. Got my gators trying to climb up over my face for no reason. Okay, well, there we go. That was interesting. So there was less edible stuff in the grocery store here than I was expecting. A lot of the stuff I'm used to buying is not available here apparently. Even a few familiar brands that are not edible, like they have a whole different version of garbage just for Oregon or something, I don't know. But I have no desire to end up at 320 pounds and organ failure and everything else, so I won't eat that garbage. There's that motorhome again. Call it the half pint. I'd be interested to see what it actually looked like inside. Viewpoint there. They put a pole out so you can get a good look at that sailboat. I've arrived. Yay. Too bad I didn't get a first floor room. That would have been nice. Okay, well, I just realized how dark it is in here. Sorry, hold on. Oh, that's not really a lot lighter. Okay, anyway, here's my room. Yes, there's 2 beds. Seems that's the only way to get a room anymore. A little bit of TV here. It's even got a phone. I mean, look at that actual phone, which is good because the internet apparently sucks. And Terrible Mobile, also known as T-Mobile, has 0 signal in this state. They are liars. 99% coverage apparently means 99% of the people don't have coverage. But here's the beautiful view I have. This is the yard they're apparently working out of to work on the road right here in front of my room. There's a nice museum over there. If it weren't for this mess, I might even think of checking it out tomorrow if it was open, but instead I won't. So everything's laid out to dry because it got really hot and I got really sweaty. My shopping trip netted all of that. That's everything I could find at Fred Meyer's that was edible, that wasn't bulk. So I took my pills. I got here down a whole bottle of water because I'm dry. I'm dehydrated from sweating. Dee Dee's tucked in for the night. I took a picture of her for Nelson Rigg because I told him I would take pictures of everything this trip. So I did. But there she is. So now I'm going to just relax. I don't know if you can hear me because I'm just using the camera audio. And sometimes it works really great and sometimes it sucks. So rules here: you cannot cook your fish and crab in the room. You can't cook your crab in the room because it stinks. And they've got a sign there. They've got 2 signs there. They've got signs everywhere. Don't shell it. Don't clean it. Don't cook it in the rooms. If you sneak your dog in, they charge you extra. If you tell them you have a dog, they probably charge you extra, which is why people try to sneak it in. But now I got to get out of my boots so I can get my riding pants off because Nauru thought, okay, you have a cuff that opens, but there's no reason to do the same thing with the liner, because if you put your pants on over your boots, why would you put your liner on over your boots? You put your liner on, put your boots on, then you put your pants on, right? Because they're all zipped together in one unit. So anyway, I can take my pants off without taking my boots off, but not the liner. So, we'll see what the weather's like tomorrow, and I don't know if I'll be putting all my liners back in the morning. Probably won't put my rain gear on unless I need to. It's all tucked away. Let me show you this real quick. It's probably going to be a pain. I got you in one hand, and I'm in a lot of pain. I forgot to get Tylenol at the store, but I mentioned this before, but this is the pouch. So this might look like a nice little storage pouch to carry your rain gear in when you're not wearing it, but this is actually the jacket. So this pocket is part of the jacket. You put your pants, you lay the jacket down, wet side up, the outside up, put your wet nasty pants on top of it, and you fold all the wet nasty inside of it, and then you roll it up into this nice pouch inside of itself. And now all the nasty is in there. And if I take this out and I lay it out, I roll it out nice side up or out. So if I rolled it out on this nice bed, the nice nasty side is up. So I'm not going to get mud and muck all over this bed. This is really good. This is the roll top on here. Let me flip on this light here and you can see there is a nice big pocket in there. I don't know how well this is showing up on here because it looks pitch black on the screen. Here, let me grab my phone. Yeah, it's not really showing up in there. But anyway, there's a big pocket here. I can do it this way. See there? There's a big pocket. And then you have this huge compartment in here that you can put everything in here. And then this is all, you have also some little loops on the side here. You can hook stuff, or you can put like pens or whatever in there. And then this rolls like a regular dry bag. You have your air release valve, so it'll roll and not inflate like this one does. So, and then I showed you that earlier. So this is really nice. This is working out really well. And then let me put you on pause for a second here, and then I'm going to go ahead and get the maps and lay them out, and I'll bring you back in a minute and show you the route we did today. Okay, so these two maps, this is Washington and Oregon, and they're not the same scale here, so you can see this is the same section here of Oregon. So anyway, we started out here at home and followed this out just like last time. We came around and down over on 4 and around to 401, and instead this is state Fort Columbia is right here. As I was saying this morning on the road, is that it was right by where we turned. Then we went across the Astoria Bridge here, and then we'll go to this map, and we just followed the coast down. This is Seaside. That's where we'll be stopping tomorrow to kind of play around, look for some Marionberry syrup for my mom. And then we came down all the way. There was Wheeler. I mentioned that when we passed it. Rockaway. We're here right now at Garbaldi. This is Tillamook Bay. This is what we were beside most of the day on this trip around here on 101. That museum we went to was right in here. I'm not sure how well I'm catching that one because this stupid screen goes off. Right, so right in there, and then we came out up back through Tillamook and out there's Cape Meares State Park. And that lighthouse is right in here. And this is where we were looking out over. So that's, and then tomorrow we're already back up here at Garbaldi. We'll just head out in the morning and head right up to Seaside if we see anything else along the way that looks interesting. Then once we're finished in Seaside, we'll just head back. I don't know how much of that will bother with filming. I have to stop every hour and a half or so and change the battery in this thing because it eats batteries. I used all 4 of them. I have like 5 minutes left on this battery in the camera right now. So I've got to put these all on to charge. I got the laptop out. I'm going to go through all my cards and copy all my cards to my external. I have this 4 terabyte drive. I can put it all on. That way I have storage space and I have batteries for tomorrow in case we do decide to film anything or do anything. If it's clearer, I will record the ride at least up the coast. But once we get back to Washington, it's really the same old stuff that we've seen before. So that's it for today. I haven't had a chance to look at it. I haven't even got everything put away. And I just got a text. I have very little service. T-Mobile, you guys need to really work on you. You advertise at 99% coverage. You could at least have like 70% coverage before you start claiming that, and you are nowhere near that. But I haven't even had. I stopped for breakfast this morning. Was the last time I ate. I am in low blood sugar, which is why I'm going a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, get in there and eat some food, and start copying. It's going to take, last time it took 2 hours to copy all of this crap to the computer, not this one, the other computer at home. So this is the important one. That one, this thing can record for 10 hours at 1080. If I could record for half that time on this thing with one battery, I would be ecstatic. But I get, like I said, an hour to an hour and a half out of each of these batteries with the screen off, just recording. Supposedly their new Camrys are better, but they've pretty much convinced me never to buy another one of their products. So, I don't know, everybody else seems to have a better time with them. I don't know, they just don't seem to like me. So I'm going to get everything off of here, get all my cards copied over, and recharge everything, including me. So I wish I hadn't forgotten my Tylenol because I'm missing it. But I do this for you guys. So hopefully you had some interesting views and some interesting stuff at the museum, and you enjoyed the lighthouse. So hopefully all that footage turned out, because if I get home find out half of it's not even worth using or didn't record, I'm probably going to drive to wherever Insta360's headquarters are and strangle somebody. So that's it. Like I said, I need to go eat because I can't shut off my brain. It's going that's why diabetics need to eat, because my blood sugar is probably like 60 right now. So I'm going to go ahead and go do that before I pass out and die. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't know if I'll do a piece here before we go. We'll see what the weather looks like and stuff, and then I'll decide what I'm doing, and I'll probably bring you back as I'm getting ready to go. I'm going to get all this crap back on the bike in the morning. That's the only reason I want robots, and I had to carry it up the stairs. Oh. I don't have enough rope. I could just lower it down from the balcony. I could have done that, but Anyway, wrapping it up before I go into terminal Zoom. So, good night. Thanks for watching what we've had so far, and we'll see what tomorrow brings.